God when it's things are bad. I will say, Jesus, we need you. So I think it's important to remember him when you're in tough, and that's what I did.
Yeah, true, true. Anyway, you're doing quite well. I don't know what you're using with your face and all that. I think you apply, what do they call it? Cream,
Foundation.
cream, milk, cream. You know, in your
With
apply
my
cream.
face.
What does it do to the face?
My mom is a beautician.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she has
Wow.
a beauty clinic at Kabalagala, also opposite the mosque called AFK, meaning Angela Franklin Karatumba. And she has had it for years and it's doing amazingly well. And that's where I do my beauty, everything, my facials, my pedicures, manic, everything,
Oh,
makeup.
okay,
So I thank my mom for that.
okay. Okay, so Angela, back to you. Um,
Yeah.
we're in a season of the lockdown, right? And the music industry. Let me not say the music industry. The entertainment industry is literally having a problem. Should I call it a problem or something? Because no money, no events, no bars, no nothing. You just have to be home and just do your own things. So how are you handling that? Like how? Because I mean, I've been seeing who is it? Cindy was saying abayimbi mulekera okweraga accept that you need help so that someone can help you. But the more you keep
Yeah.
yourself up the bars, I mean, ogena
Yeah.
feed. So I want to know, Angela, how
Yeah.
are you handling it? Like you in person. Do you have like some other side businesses that you do that bring you more income? And besides that, how do you push your music? Like right about now, there is no, as I said, events and all that. How are you pushing your music to your fans and your people?
Well, first of all, I just thank God that my family, my father left a lot of properties from my brothers and my moms and I. So we've always been in the music, in the business, in the business department of properties in Uganda, properties abroad. So we've always been into business first. And then for me, after business, I have my passion, which is music.
Yeah, true.
So I'm lucky that I have all these businesses that cater for everything, even for music. So that's how I'm managing. And then, luckily, even in lockdown, the properties are generating some income. So that's what keeps me afloat and keeps me, doing more music and more videos. And that's how I've been surviving. Thank God.
Okay. Okay, that's quite something. Cause the previous song you had with is it Daddy Andre? Yeah, that song really
Mm-hmm.
pushed you somewhere. I literally didn't know that someone knows you somewhere. Not until he mentioned your name. So I was like, okay, so this is how far this woman is going. Like, how do
I'm
you
not
feel
playing.
about it? Like, it was really like I got like I was blown away. You know, even Mina herself was like, "Wow, all right."
Really? Oh, well, the first lockdown was to me, both lockdowns have been a blessing because I'm always so busy in the businesses and court cases, $1 million court cases, fighting for the properties of my dad's properties. So I've always been really busy. So for the last number of years, I've been releasing one song every 3 years. But during
Wow.
the last lockdown, my manager, Ocean, he came in, he said, we need to, change it up. Let's do music. You have an amazing voice. Let's do this thing for real.
Okay.
And then he introduced me to Andre, then he introduced me to Black Market Records. And then luckily the lockdown came. So it was my time literally to shine because I had nothing but time. Businesses were closed, courts were closed. So I had nothing else to do but music. And so that's a positive way that this lockdowns have benefited me. They've
Yeah,
given me
true.
time to focus on music.
Yeah,
And I'm a
true.
perfectionist. Everything I do it to perfection. So if I decide to come into music,
You
you
have to
better watch out
perfect it.
because I'm not playing. I'm putting all my focus there.
Yeah,
So that's what,
that
yeah,
explains a certain quote. I'm sorry to break you short. Yeah, you said I
yeah,
don't do house chores. I was raised to make money. That is a statement
yes,
that I quoted myself. I
I
believe that
know.
was in my
yes,
interview. That was an interview I had some time back. So, does that
yeah.
explain why I think you're literally like a money making machine, right?
I that's what I want to be. That's what I was raised to be. Make
Not to
money.
not to
Not
do
to do
house
house
chores.
chores.
Well, of course, at a young age with kids, with kids, the parents make you learn to clean and do a little things
Oh
here
yeah,
and there, survival
no. Now
skills.
by the chores, I mean like you have a
Yeah.
guy, and then the guy, you have to wash for him, you have to cook for him,
As a
you have
must.
as a must. And I tell what
No,
this
no,
we
no.
munge
I
military
learned.
wonga kuvuma.
My parents taught me and my brothers all the survival skills, but they
Mm.
didn't train us to be professional cooks, to be professional cleaners. Our job was just learn from childhood the basics for, basic survival skills which kids need to learn.
Mm.
And then the most important hustle was to make money. If
Oh,
the
true.
boys are going to work and making money, Angela needs to do the same thing too, because the most important thing is food on the table, not who made the food, is are you eating and on time.
Mm.
So a lot of people here focus on the wrong thing, and I
Mm.
think the most important reason that they try to focus on the wrong thing is to keep women down, to keep women in the
I
kitchen,
know.
to not let them develop and compete with the men in the industry. So my parents raised me to like compete with the men in the industry. I was raised with 7 boys.
Mm.
So that's all I know to do is hustle. And I thank God for that, because it's my hustle
Mm.
that has saved me in everything. When you
True.
make
True.
money, money rules everything. Money
Well,
gives you
that's a good
respect, it gives you
mentality.
value, it gives you independence, it gives you choices. Now, a
Mm.
lot of these women are raised without that hustle. So they have no choice, they have no respect, they have no value, not all, but the majority. So a lot of parents need to, shift the focus from making women slaves in a house to
Mm.
make them independent and learn to make money and make them of value.
House minds.
True. You're right at some point anyway. Yeah, so still at that,
Thank you.
yeah? Um
Yeah.
Angela, there is too much heat on you. I believe you know that. But
There's always hit on me.
yeah, there is too much
What's
heat on
new?
you. Trust me. Like everyone, boom, everyone's like, oh, Angela Katutumba. Hey, Angela doesn't cook. Tamani Fumba. Hey, Angela doesn't. Oh, Angela, they broke up. Oh, Angela this, Angela that. So, Olaba, for us to just write a simple quote about you in the newspaper. No Rianga no tulo tuvuze. You're like, Jesus, when I get the publisher of this thing, ngena mujako in
You're very
V.
strong with the guy.
Now I'm looking at you in that position you're in, and you're still smiling. It's just
I know.
something that I really don't understand. How do you handle heat or pressure? Let me just call it pressure, right?
Yeah, it's pressure.
Well, my father was His Excellency Professor Boni Katatumba, and he was so famous. And there was a time my father was the richest man in East Africa, and all eyes were on him, whether he liked it or not. So he was such a big personality, and he trained us. He said, guys, because of me and who I am, children, get ready. You are going to be scrutinized. The press is going to be on you for every single thing, and take it as a blessing, because who are you in 45 million Ugandans? Why you? Why, when you say you can't cook, it's a crisis? Why, when why, when you say something, it's headlines? So you better take that as a blessing and grow thick skin and just understand that that is your destiny. So
True.
accept it, and thank God for it. So when he prepared us mentally, everything else is a piece of cake. Who am I that you can write about my breakups? People break up morning, noon, and night, but mine is still a crisis, and it's almost 2 years.
Oh yeah.
So it all depends on the mindset, and I think my father for instilling that in us, and guiding us and training us to be superstars.
True. Okay. Angela, you're really keeping me. Yeah, I love the energy that you're using, because it's something that few people actually have. As I said, me myself, they wrote about me in a certain newspaper. I actually sued them, but it was all in vain. I swear, I wanted to sue that person who wrote that quote, but for some reason, that newspaper company failed to, move in. So, Angela, back to you. I like clearing the storm. We don't gossip. We give out proof. Yeah. A lot of stipulations are going around. Oh, Angela, this, as I said earlier. But Angela, I want to clear this. Andre and you are still talking, like you're friends, right?
Nope, we do not talk.
Wow.
Y'all
No.
don't talk.
That was a crazy one.
Like,
Nothing.
Okay, like I'm just shocked. Like I literally thought you guys talk, or maybe I have this belief that, okay, it's not a belief, but some people think like when you have an ex, he doesn't need to be an enemy. You need, yes, need to keep talking.
I
So
agree. I agree with you. And the reason we don't talk is because of him, you know. He's just angry. He's just so angry. I get it. He did everything for me. He did it all, and then I left, So of course, no man can be happy after investing so much into you, and then you just up and leave. But he didn't do what I needed him to do, which was the most important thing. So I bounced. So he's extremely angry about that. Even when I'm singing Tony Davida and he's in the vicinity, he won't even get on stage. It's just beef. He's coming out talking about, even now he's coming out talking about he's never met me. He doesn't know me. He's just angry. I'm wondering when his anger will come down because,
but
we have to move on and we
Angela,
don't have to be enemies.
lately, I think when was it, like two weeks ago, we talked to him and he was like, you guys are cool, like you guys are cool, you literally friends and you talk, right?
Did he say that?
Andre lies a lot.
He didn't.
I don't know why he lies.
He
One
didn't
minute,
say they
one,
talk.
one, minute- one
He has
interview,
nothing to do with
one
that.
interview he says, I never dated her. Another interview he says, I never met her. Another interview he says, one interview, he's all over the place. Now
That's
you're
what he said.
choking me
Oh,
by him saying,
yeah.
we talk.
I
We do
literally
not
forgot
talk.
he came back.
Oh boy, just nothing. He's crazy.
Yeah.
And
So,
I
but
have no problem. I wouldn't mind, working with him and getting things moving, but he's
anyway,
all over the place.
But
it is with
it hurts because I know that Andre gave her a lot of money, like 20 million, over 20 million. She
Okay.
says that's why she stopped
Yep.
counting, and then she wakes up one morning and she leaves.
oh.
That's why I'm.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, and I get it. He had introduced me to his family in Busia, talking about this, the girl I want to marry, and he met my family, and he got an apartment in Munyonyo, and he furnished it brand new, everything for Angela, and he's the one who went to the media. He's the one who leaked that we were together. As much as I said I didn't want people to know, but he was like, no, they need to know, and he was just crazy about me, and I thank God for that he treasured me, and when he was with me, he wrote a monster song. Tony David, I thank God for that. But I didn't just leave because I was crazy. I left because he would not do the test. So I put my life first. And I left.
True.
But
True.
he is
You're right.
angry.
Of course,
like
life has
he
to
is.
come first before the whole.
So I understand. I understand his anger, and that's why when I'm talking in the media, I'm cool, I'm calm, I'm always praising him. I'm like, he's an amazing writer, amazing producer. So I try to balance, but he's not having none of it. He's mad, he's angry, he's just, I don't know.
Yeah, I think I get
That's
it.
where
now.
we are.
I think I get it. It's his anger that's keeping you guys off, like totally off the grid, isn't it?
And the media.
And the media, actually, yeah. That's why I said
Yeah.
they usually post things for gossip. That's why I had to ask her
Yep.
to clear it live without us saying, oh, now you're getting a katatumba, nagamachino. No, we want you to say it yourself so that is done, that is cleared. I'm trying to take off the heat from you.
I want to know,
I love that. Thank you. Yeah.
Angela,
Yep.
what made you ask Andre for the test? You're not trusting him, or he was doing
You
something
can't trust
wrong?
anybody. Honey, this is life. You know what I'm saying?
I
When it comes to
understand.
life, if you're getting into a new relationship, you just must, before anything, before condoms, before anything else, have your test first. And then you can do your condoms or whatever and whatever and whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you only have one life and you have to protect it. So, I mean, condoms break. You're having sex, you haven't tested and the condom breaks, and then what happens? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not about risking. So I think that if you love me and you're serious about me and you want to take it further, then we just must do the test first. And he always wanted to take it further, but
That
I'm
was a
like, test
simple
first,
thing.
test first, test
Okay, so
first.
I literally find that to be something very simple. Very,
I know,
very
like
simple.
if you're trusting yourself, you're fine with yourself.
Yeah, if you know you're okay.
Why don't
then-
you go? I mean,
You would think. I mean, I've never met anyone. There's no man in my life that has ever said no to the test. He's the first.
Okay. Well, that literally clears the biggest thing now.
Yeah.
Everyone knows about it. Anyway, so Angela, back to the fun bit. You know, I always like
Yep.
mashing up the whole thing, just not to
Can
keep it you alone. I want to ask you something simple. Yeah?
Ask me anything. Yeah.
Very simple.
Yeah.
You've now okay. Let me change it. Let me not make it a question. Let me just make it like more of a compliment. you're, you're literally right now. You're literally focusing on your career and your career and your business, and that's it.
Yep. Yep. And music. I'm focusing on my businesses, the court cases, and my music.
no relationship?
I don't know about the court cases. I don't really want to get into it because I think that's really out of my knowledge. Yeah. So Angela, we're looking at you being spread around like people. Like people say, oh, Angela this, Angela, oh, that, how do they call it? Oh, Fumbo. Yeah.
Ofumbo,
Yeah, that stuff. So, Angela, I'm asking, what response do you give to someone? Ngomlaba ku TV, he's saying such a statement, and you in your living room, you're looking at him. What do you say to yourself? Like, what do you say to yourself that you would tell him if he was close to you? Omwaluyi
When
or
somebody
what?
when somebody says what? When they say what?
Like when someone says, Angela, byobufumbo byaga na basajja what that basajja obaba amulema something like that, yeah. And you're seated in your living room, you're watching all that mambo jumbo going on, and you're watching it. What would be that statement you say to yourself in your head, and the act that you would do if that guy was close to you?
I always laugh. And I always say, that's the price. That's the prices of being a beautiful woman, because everybody's coming at you.
I
You have
love
so
the
many
confidence.
options. Choices are
Wow.
many.
True.
So
By the way, that's very true.
and I just laugh because I say, thank God, who am I?
I
And
know.
also,
Like someone
and
just sits
al-
down and gets a living, earns a living by posting a video of you or him talking about
I
you.
know.
Nafuna mbambi akasente nasasula rent.
Yes, and I thank God for that because, like my dad says, 45 million Ugandans. Why you? I'm not the only single woman in Uganda, but apparently for me, it has become a national crisis. You know what I'm saying?
This is
So
international. Technically, ku national level.
it's an international crisis. I thank God. Who am I to become an international crisis? And who am I that the whole world wants to know who is she with next? So I laugh about it. I thank God for that favor. And it makes me even value myself more because it even makes me make sure that whoever I choose, has to be right for me. My mother always taught me, don't rush into relationships because, a lot of Ugandans are all about copy and paste. The whole village of Usambia is getting married. What about you? Kabalagala, they've all got married. What about, you do your thing at your time because you're special. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about how you are raised and the people that are backing you.
True.
So the people that are backing you are saying, take your time, Angela. You're precious,
Yeah, please
the
take
right
your
guy that
time. There is someone better coming your way.
Yeah, right.
I give it to you. Take it. Come on, take it.
The blessing.
Yes,
Yeah,
take it.
and this should be the women. This should be the message. This should also be the message we should send to girls. Don't rush into relationships. Relationships are not oxygen. Be independent first, and then relationships you can have the opportunity to choose and pick and play. But when you're not independent and you're dependent, then you have no choice. And I would never make choices as though I'm a dependent when I was raised independently. So I'm independent. I have the option and the choice to say no, definitely no. I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? So girls need to learn to have all these choices by being independent.
True. Hey. Okay. So I believe. Well, okay. I want to get this straight. You have
One more question. I'm taking you back to Daddy Andre. So as we know,
Okay.
I don't know. We had Daddy Andre some time back, but he didn't clear the air how they're no more with Nina. But I'm asking you, if he's to give you another chance and then he says, yeah, I can go for the test, would you go back?
By the way, yeah. Wow, that. Yeah.
Um, everybody's asking me that question, but frankly speaking, I wouldn't be in a hurry to go back. One, because he's not clear. He's not straight. He's just not clear, And I was raised in a family where we are straight, we are honest, we are direct, and he's the complete opposite. He's not clear. He lies a lot. It's totally clear, So I would, as of now, no, I wouldn't go back to that.
All right.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
so you moved. You moved. There is no turning back. Talking about Dayo.
In life, you can never say never. You never say never. But I know as of now, I've moved on and I'm in a relationship and I'm happy,
Oh, wow.
I'm happy.
Happy for you.
Already in a relationship.
I've been in a relationship.
Angela, tell me about it.
She
At least
doesn't
let me
want
be
to
the
talk
first
about it.
one. Or about the first or the fifth. I don't know. Please let me know. Is he better? Is he treating you better at least?
You know what? One thing about Andre, much as I wouldn't go back in a hurry, he was amazing. So I would never say,
Oh.
I would never really dog him because he treasured me. He was absolutely amazing to me. It was the most amazing 2 months of my life. I'll not lie to you.
Yeah.
The time I was with Andre. And with this guy, he's also amazing, and
No,
I'm
okay,
getting to know
There is
him.
something that I really want to, just put across. If you're saying that he really loved you and you saying it like you know he really loved you, does that give you, like, I thought when you're falling in love with someone, you need to go with
Yep.
all the imperfections and the perfections and all that. So if the part of lying, you said he's not straight, he lies a lot, maybe the reason is he didn't want to lose you. How about that? Because he's lying.
But he lost me anyway. But he lost me anyway. I get it. But the fact is, when it comes to my life, he lost me anyway. Because you would have rather said, Angela, A, B, C, D, F, G, and we work through whatever it is together. But when you're not clear and you keep lying and the stories keep changing every day, and then even now, when he's after a year and a half of not being together, he's come out to the media and he's lying. So it just shows me his character is not clear. So I wouldn't rush to go back to that.
Well,
I'm happy where I'm at.
that's something that I think the young girls out there need to look up to you for. Like, not to rush into things before they
Thank
actually sort
you.
themselves out. Yeah. Yeah, I think you need to be a motivational speaker for most
Thank
of the
you.
females. So Angela, I'm looking at you in the time frame.
Amen. Yeah.
I'm looking at you in the time frame when you broke up with Andre, and then in a few months, was it months, weeks, and boom, Nina Rose. I mean, how did that take you? Like, it was too quick, didn't it? I don't know.
No. Yeah. No. A lot of people, because my relationship with him was so public and the whole world was following up. A lot of people don't know I left in January 2020, and then they celebrated getting together in October of 2020. So that was like almost 10 months. That is a long time. So he had every right to, form
So
different relationships.
you were okay with it.
And I think by then he realized I'm not coming back.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't a shock.
Wow. Okay.
Because I moved on. And even within that moment, I was on TV talking about I'm in a new relationship now. So he knew I'd moved on.
True. But you were happy for him either way, right? You were happy for him, forever good that he's got, or whatever he has got and all that. Because if you're saying that you don't really want anything to do with him, just as he states, that means you have no issue with him doing whatever he's doing.
I'm a positive person. My parents brought us up, me and my brothers, to be loving, positive, and just wish others well. And somebody during Andre's prime, and when he was on top of the music game, he treasured me and he loved me. And there's no way that I can wish such a person bad. You know what I'm saying? So I will always have the kindest words for him, because all he did was just love me and give me the best. So I will always wish him the best.
True. Anyway, that's a real one. That's a real one. Okay, so Angela, what would be those three? Can I call no 4? Okay, list for me down. Your principles that keep you moving. Like, boom, you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, thank you, Lord, I'm alive. What are the 5 principles that you have for you to just start off with everything?
Number 1 is always prayer. And then 2 is I'm all about family. Like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with my family, my mom, my brothers, their kids. I'm all about family. And then 3, I'm all about hard work. You know what I'm saying? You wake, you pray, you get up, you have your family, and you work hard and you hustle. You hustle for yourself, you hustle for your family, you know? And then I'm all about beauty. My mom made sure that I'm always, taking care of myself and self-love and
Yeah, actually, you need
the
to love
hair, the
yourself
makeup,
first
the
for people to love
everything.
you back.
Exactly. That's why everybody's crazy about me, and that's why they're crazy. That's why they're crazy about me, because I love myself,
Yeah.
and I show it, and I do it and I act it.
Before she goes.
And then those are the things. What else? Hard work, hustle, and what else? Let's see. What else? Prayer, and that's it.
Okay.
Angela, before you go, when we asked you what you're doing for the music, because we're in lockdown, you said you have other businesses, your dad has other businesses and stuff like that. But what advice do you give to those musicians who are only focusing on music? They don't have anything else.
From music.
Yes, only music. And now that we have lockdown, they have nothing to eat. What advice would you give them? Because they're literally down.
I think the advice is obvious, because I think now a lot of Ugandans, and I think the whole world, has actually learned to always have a side hustle, not just musicians. The whole world is like, oh my goodness, who could imagine that everybody would be on lockdown? So I think the advice that is obvious is just to always have another hustle. And that is which is what my dad taught me and my mom taught me. And another thing, even to women, I think this is the time when women should learn that cooking is not the end of the world. It's not about going to cook morning, noon, and night, Do you have something else that will bring money in case of an emergency? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
in case your husband goes to prison, in case your husband is in problems and is in prison, what can you do apart from cooking? So I think the whole world has learned to have other skills. Having other skills is always a bonus. So to the artists, I would always say, what haven't we learned? Just hustle, just have other skills. Don't just depend on music. Remove the ego. A lot of artists have ego. Everybody's the king, everybody's the queen, everybody's the best, everybody's number one.
That's a nice one.
And those egos,
they don't want to work.
Angela, before I close,
cloud your judgment.
Before I let you go, I want you to. I actually want to hear your voice, like you sing.
Acapella.
Acapella. Let me call it more like acapella. Yeah, just a line of maybe something you're cooking.
Of Only Jesus. First of all, I have a new song dropping very soon called "Darling."
Okay, let's have that. Maybe let's have that. Give me a spoiler.
No, that is top secret.
Okay.
But what I'm going to give you is Only Jesus, because Only Jesus is doing amazingly well, and especially during these tough times, a lot of people are turning to God during this lockdown. So I'll give you a little of Only Jesus, which is doing amazingly well, and I want people to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So are you ready?
Yeah, true. We are. Let's hit it.
Okay. Only Jesus I will follow. I will follow wherever you go. Jesus, I will follow. Only Jesus I will follow. I will follow wherever you go. Jesus, I will follow. There you go.
Wow. Yo, how like your voice.
I love the way she changes it.
Like you change it to that bass. You have that bass.
Wow.
That's training. My parents trained me professionally in Canada.
That must be a good one. Anyway, Angela, as we're wrapping up, I'm hoping to see something coming up between you and someone in Nigeria that me and you know about in it. And
That would be amazing.
hopefully,
Spoiler
as I'm
alert.
saying, it's a spoiler alert.
You
I'm
can
not, I'm
tell
not
us
going
the
to. No,
person.
no. You know the person. You know, we know the person. Our viewers know the person. You know the person. So, yeah, I'll be making follow up. I'll make sure I do follow up. Banangi, Angela. Hey, I'll do follow up on you. You have little heat. Me, I'll add heat. Anyway, Angela,
Thank you
let me
so
I
much.
have to let you go right about now because yeah, we're running out of time. It was a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you so much for
Thank
sparing us
you.
that little time of yours.
It was precious.
Yeah, we love you so much. STV loves you. Big shout outs to
Thank you,
everyone
guys.
watching. They're all saying they love you. So yeah, let's wait out
Thank you.
for Darling that's coming out soon, right?
Yes. Thank you, guys. Mwah. Love you so much.
I love you too. Yeah, people, that was Angela Katutuma. I think we exhausted everything.
She's fun.
We literally exhausted everything.
I know.
And I'm really happy that we've had to clear the storm. Yeah.